Today, you are going to find out what the strongest tribe is. So, subscribe, like the video, and enjoy! So let's continue with the crawlers. We start with the crawling and recognizing the spider tribe. This one is, in my opinion, the strongest of the outland tribes. These spiders have very powerful webs, which makes up for the lack of stingers. So let's go on to their army. They have a bunch of vehicles, namely an arsenal of spider stalkers, which shoot extremely sturdy webs, and other spider vehicles, like this one, of which we actually don't know very much. Then we have the bats. These animals are okay at best. They can't talk, or at least can't speak the standard Chima language, and the only thing they really have are their wings and their wing strikers. But these wing strikers are very good though. They are really maneuverable, as we see the black cloud, which is their smoke screen, move and turn very fast. This tribe is a mixture of some very cool tribes, and I love them all equally, except the ice bears. I love them a little bit less equally. Also, they don't belong to the ice hunters and are a separate bunch. Anyways, I will rank them in two states, with and without ice powers. So let's start with ranking them without the ice powers. So before these guys were the mutilated ice animals we all know and love, they weren't just normal hunters. They were ruthless warriors, with saber-tooths even possibly killing their own legend beasts. We know this because LEGO revealed to us that Silftango sword is made out of one of the fangs of their saber-tooth legend beast. I happen to have that at the time the ice bears were part of Silftango's army. Later they weren't, and they were only allied to Silftango to portray them after they finished off the phoenixes. Now we have the ice hunters that, as you can guess, now have the ice powers. And these ice powers are something else. They are insanely powerful. They can make ice shields from both the ice and the cold itself in the form of a force field, as you can see here. They can also of course freeze people, which they do by merely touching them, which is certainly one of the best parts of their ice powers in my opinion. They also of course still have their vehicles, which are all pretty powerful. All of them were made with war in mind, and because of that they all have heavy weapons and escape vehicles, like the bike from the saber-tooth walker, the helicopter of the mammoths, and the plate of the vultures. This means that the aviation branch of the ice hunters is top notch, and dare I say that their army is one of the strongest in Chima. And even as a separate tribe, they're still one of, if not the strongest tribe of Chima, especially with these ice powers, and that is why they deserve this power ranking. Okay, I know what you're going to say, you know what you're going to say, everyone knows what you will say. The ice bears are the strongest tribe. And I will say, no. The ice bears are, in my opinion, not the best tribe. And secondly, they're not even a fully integrated part of the ice hunter alliance. They're just a tribe that has the same alignments as the ice hunters, and therefore they don't attack each other. But we know that both parties were planning on betraying and eradicating each other after they would win the Second Groundborn War. But let's start talking about this tribe. Even though this isn't the most powerful one, it still is a power to be reckoned with. They don't have many vehicles, only a few claw drillers and ice bikes. But even though they don't have many, they make it up with the sheer power of their mechs. However, power isn't everything, and at some point, one that they have crossed a long time ago, start having diminishing returns. You don't need to be able to one-punch man everything. You can get away with 2 or 3 punches easily, so that is why I don't think these vehicles are too good, but they're still very powerful of course. Then we of course have their 2 special abilities. The first one is that they can enter the Chima dream world, just like the normal bears. This gives them a huge reconnaissance advantage, and since they seem to be able to control their sleep, this makes them even more powerful. They of course also have the ice powers, but I already covered them. This tribe is an obscure one, with Lunar being the only member that we know of. We know however that this tribe, just like the skunks, once was a fully fledged tribe. But somehow it got absolutely annihilated, and it's pretty much 100% certain if we say that this happened in the first Hunter War. So these guys get, in the current state of power, a ranking of 350 due to Lunar being immortal, but at their peak they would get a standard power ranking of 15,000 points. This tribe joins the ranks of interesting tribes. This is because they have some very powerful command centers, but they have something even more powerful, which is their training. The army of the tigers doesn't just exist out of levied citizens, but they all have to undergo a special training and selection process that is hosted one time a year on a holiday called Claw Day, before they are accepted into the army. This means that only the fit and skilled soldiers will fight. Good training and discipline can win more battles than quantity. So now we are at the final tribe, and it's not even a competition. 75,000 points awarded to the Phoenix. This tribe is absolutely mad. They have so many powers, so let's start talking about them. The first power they have is one of their best. They're immortal. This is a super powerful trait, and on top of that, they can grant others immortality too, which is nuts. And they potentially can start whole wars for just promising immortality to one king. Then we have another mighty piece of magic, namely the power of fire. They can produce an extreme heat, which can smelt entire snow mountains and can make everything around them catch fire. They also control the fire once they have made it, and cannot be burned with it. This power is very easy to make new techniques with, like setting your weapons on fire or even yourself, since the phoenixes are immune to fire. Another power they have is infinite chi. And no, I am not joking here. We see Flumnox being able to chi up without any chi, which is most impressive. Not the most impressive, but still most impressive. Then we have something we know almost nothing about, which is the fire harnesses. These may just be made out of the same metal as the golden weapons from Ninjago, which makes them able to harness the power of creation, which they are also able to do in this show. But the question is, how did they make them? What is the extent of their power? Can they be reforged into something like the super weapon in Ninjago? I will answer those questions another time. So yeah, because the phoenixes have these powers and can use the essence and power of nature and creation itself, they deserve a basically infinite power level. So what was the most powerful tribe of Chima? Out of the 84 people that voted, 30% thought that it was the lions who were the strongest tribe. Well, drum rolls please. And it was of course the Phoenix. So yeah, that was the last episode of this ranking. I will make a spin-off stream and a video of this, but until then, I wish you guys an amazing day and goodbye.